recording as well.
看，
走开。
你要不要让爸爸给你把放在哪过来？
No thanks。
那一个怎么
哦
弄啊？
我知道。
你一个怎么扣的呀？
We can switch screens.
Okay, okay.
你就你那个电脑可以一个对着一个 program 一个听课。
Okay. But
Okay, wait. Yeah, all right. Let me okay, there we go. Okay, now we can begin, I guess. I guess you don't need to make a new costume. Let's just go to code. And last time when we left off, go to the block code. We didn't finish doing what we were doing, so you should have these two kind of x count times 16 and y count times -16 in your clone blocks x count y count like block. We need to remove those. We need to disconnect those. And then once you disconnect those, oh, Olivia, what you can do is you can go ahead and remix my project. So if you're, you can click your link, that link, and then you remix it, and then we're basically just starting with Geometry Dash this time. So are you able to do that, Olivia?
yeah.
Okay. I'll just wait a bit so you can uh, get there. But everyone, what we need to do is we need to remove this X count and Y count because we wanted to start at 16 and make sure that in here, in these two spaces, you write 16 because that makes sure the first block starts on the bottom left corner. That's what it does. And then after that, we got to get a new block. So actually what we can do is we can first switch these two blocks around, change block Y and change block index by 1. I want it to be organized, so we can just move it to the, yeah, just exchange those two. And then we need to add a new change block index by 1, but then we have to change it by grid height minus Y block count, which you can find here and like, yeah.
Wait, can I see the operator thing again?
The what?
Oh, never mind. Grid height.
So we're adding it here and here. And then now, when you click the flag, you should end up with this kind of grid where we have the blocks on the left side and on the bottom. If you have that, then it's working. If you don't have that, you should tell me so we can fix up the bug.
Did you change the block X to block index?
Sorry, what?
Did you change it from block X to block index?
No, what I did is just exchange these two. So I just changed the positions. So I moved one on top of each other
No,
because
no,
I
no.
want
On the 1 and 16.
the 1 in 16, like wait, sorry, what?
Where it says set block index to 1. Wasn't that supposed to be set blocks Y or something?
Oh, so yeah, we have set block index to 1, and then we have set block x to 16. The block index makes sure we can count up the block, and then the block x like sets the actual position for the block. So so does that make sense?
Uh,
Yeah. Does it work now? When you click your flag, you should have this kind of wall on one side, and then another wall on the bottom.
uh, mm, no.
What does it look like right now?
It just looks like a straight line in the middle.
Hmm. Did you set this to 16? Did you like remove that kind of block?
Wait, Yeah, wait. No,
Is
it
everyone
does not
else's thing working?
work.
All right.
Can you go up for a second?
Go up for a second. Yeah, of course. Should look something like this. Oh, whoops. Oh boy. You want to like share your screen real quick so I can see what's going on?
Wait, I think I know what I did,
Okay. But
but
is this working for everyone else? If you have the code right and then you click the flag, you all should end up with this left wall and the bottom wall once again, because we've created the grid. If you don't have it, please tell me so we can fix it up early. Because we want to catch these bugs early before we move on.
yeah, I don't think it's working.
Okay, you want to go ahead and share your screen then?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's not a big deal. So yeah, no, it's working. Your thing is working. You have the grid, but you got to go to I think yeah, go to level generator. Oh, not level generator. My bad. Stay in blocks. Um, oh, on the very top of the function you were editing, we set camera X to 240, so it's centered, and then 180 for the Y, camera Y. So everyone should get that, and then once you click the flag, boom, you have it. Okay. So if everyone's working then, let's move on. So I don't know what happened here in my code, but some of my blocks disappeared. I'm not sure if you guys have that as well, but I'm just gonna add back this. This is just the same script, but negative 32, right, in the position blocks, but y'all probably still have it. I just somehow lost it. But yeah. Anyways, we're still gonna edit this code. We're gonna create a new block, my block, make a block, and then we're gonna call it loop blocks, and then like slash slash, and then we can call it like I guess like number of block skip, or no, let's just call it block skip, and then we'll add an input block skip, and then we'll make it run without screen refresh. It doesn't, yeah, we'll make it run without screen refresh. So this is our custom block. It's going to be a label and then an input block skip. This is going to make our code not only cleaner, but we can edit it better to deal with some problems we have when creating this grid. So once you're done, click OK, and then just move it to somewhere easy to access. I guess I'll move this around over here, and I'll move this above here. Oh, actually, never. Wait. By the way, let's edit the function again. I forgot something. Let's edit it, and then let's do block loop blocks X. We're gonna do X right there, just to label it X, because we're actually gonna create another new block, and we're gonna call it loop blocks Y, and then slash slash block skip with an input block skip, and make sure you run with that screen refresh as well. So this is going to be like a custom function that we're going to call it that, and in the code we're going to call it, so that we can actually the blocks will actually loop around, so the grid actually fully works is the point of it. Okay. Once we have these two, what we're going to do for the loop blocks X1 is in the position, when I receive position blocks, we're going to move this change block X by X block clone count times 32 up to the top, define loop blocks X slash slash block skip. That one. And then we're going to move loop blocks X, that new block, we're going to replace it back in there. In where we took out the change block X. So essentially it does the same thing right now.
Wait, can you wait there for a second?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Then we're going to remove this X block clone count and then replace it with block skip right there. And then we're going to put the X block clone count into the space right there. So essentially it does the same thing right now because instead of putting X blocks clone count, we're putting block skip, which is X blocks clone count because that's what we put in the empty spot. Still does the same thing, but we're making it more organized. Just click the flag right now and then try moving your camera X. Just make sure everything still works. If everything still works, then that's good. So you can move your camera X around. Okay. If it does work, we're going to move on and then we're going to add loop blocks X for the second one. And then we're going to remove that change block X by X block clone count times negative 32. And we're going to place that X block clone count times negative 32 in there and we're going to delete the change block. And instead of negative 32, we're going to do negative 1 because we're going into the negative direction. So we want to multiply by negative 1.
What would you do with the change block X by X block clone count times negative 32?
So yeah, so what I did was I took it apart. So right now it's over here, right? And then I took away the X blocks clone count times 32 and placed it in that empty slot in the loop blocks custom block we made. And then I
Yeah.
deleted the change block X. So I deleted that. And then in here, I changed the negative 32 to negative 1 because we multiply by positive 32 in here. So negative 1 times positive 32 is negative 32. And then just make sure you click the flag again and then try to move camera X around to make sure everything still works because it should
Wait,
still
would
do the
you
same.
change it to negative 1?
Yep. Okay. Once you're done, we're going to do a similar thing for the Y one. So go down to the Y one and we're going to drag out the change block Y by Y block clone count times 32. And then we're going to remove the Y block clone count and then we're going to add in the block skip. And then on the bottom, we're going to add the loop blocks Y and then add in the Y block clone count. So right there and right there. So it's just basically just like this X one, except we're doing it for the Y one. And then just click the flag to verify that everything still works and then move the camera Y around. If it's still working, then that's good.
Wait, can you wait there for a second? Just
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, whoops.
did you get rid of the wait? Oh, Okay, is that all we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. After that, we're gonna remove this change block Y, and then we're gonna add in the loop blocks Y, and then we're gonna drag out the same like parameter and then multiply by -1 instead of -32, and delete that change block Y block. Okay. Are we all ready to move on? Just verify everything works by clicking the flag and moving camera X and camera Y around, and it still shows this kind of cross. Um, and you can still move it around well. Just like that.
My
Next.
cross doesn't show anymore.
Oh. Um, well, what does it show instead?
Thing.
Nothing? Did
Well,
you
now
make
it does, but it's like really glitchy and it doesn't continue.
Oh, did you multiply by -1 down here? Make sure that's -1, not -32.
Yeah.
Um, huh. Then I'm not too sure. Let's see. What else could it be? Let's see. Did you do Y? Like loop blocks Y on the bottom? Make sure
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
and Y block clone count. Make sure it's all
Yeah.
Y.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, is the cross working? Like when you click the flag, you still see the wall and the bottom, right? And then when you move your camera around, it still like moves like properly, right?
Well, it's glitching and there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only like 13 grids. It doesn't keep on going as a wall.
You want to show me it again?
Okay. Um,
Oh, that is pretty crazy. Let me see. Oh, wait. Let me see this. How about when you just click the flag normally? Huh. Did it not do that before?
wait, no. So what? If I just like restart it to make it like
May-
stop glitching or
Maybe just
something?
like reload it. Reload your page.
Okay. Uh,
If it still doesn't work, you can tell me. But I think It's
But it's
fine for now.
working. It's just really glitchy.
Did you do run without screen refresh for all of them? For all of the custom
Um,
blocks? Because let me see if I don't do run without screen refresh. I don't think it changes up anything though. So let me see.
I did do run without screen refresh.
Hmm. Could it just be that your computer is a bit laggy? Or right now?
I did run without screen refresh. I'd change it.
No, keep it, keep it. So it worked before, right? What we did, it shouldn't have changed anything because we're just like reorganizing the code. It does the same, it should do the exact same thing, which is strange. Um, but for now, we'll move on. I don't think it's the worst thing right now. We can take a look at it later. So what we're going to do, everyone, is we're going to change our tile index on both of these by something. So we're going to change that block index. So add in and change block index by 1 and by 1. For the Y, we're going to change block index by block skip. For the X, we're going to multiply the block skip by the grid height. Okay. Oh boy. If I Okay, once we do this, you may have a problem where, so once you put that in, click the flag, and make sure you multiply this part, block skip by grid height. Don't leave anything blank there. And then we have this big rectangle because we
What
have
if
the wrong, sorry, what?
what if I don't have the block?
Um, the big rectangle, like
I do.
like if you move to the side now, it's all covered in this big rectangle stuff. So what that is the costume that we named Big, and the big that's the big rectangle. So what we actually got to do is we got to make sure that we actually give each index an index number. So we're gonna go back down to the bottom here in position blocks where we switch costume to block type, and then if we're gonna drag out an if and put it before the switch costume to block type. We're going to check if block type is less than 2, which is air. So if block type is less than 2, then we're going to set block type to 2, which is air. So let's see. Nice. Set block type to 2 in the if. And then once you're done, you should see something that's like on my screen. Something like when you scroll off screen, you should see like this kind of thing where you have a grid, our previous box, and then you have another box slightly moved to the side. That's perfectly normal. And if you have that, that means everything is working. Also, Jasmine, is your screen still like glitching out?
Yeah.
Okay, could I take a look at your code real quick? Share your screen again. But you do have like this structure, right? Even though it is like flashing, do you have this structure when you move like the camera around?
Which thing? Not really.
Okay, I guess I'll be able to see your
Oh,
screen now. So
yes,
let me see.
kinda.
Oh yeah, you do have it. That's wonderful. Um, okay, could you go into the level generator real quick? Want to see something. Set grid height. Okay, back to blocks, please. Let's see. Clone blocks, block count, 16, 13. Uh, just gonna compare it to my original code real quick. See if there's anything different. Okay. Hmm. Block clone count. Oh, I know what's happening now. Make sure that over here you put 16, not negative 32. Right
Okay.
in, right. Hold on, let me circle it. Right there.
Here. Here.
Yep. Turn that to 16. I don't know how it went to negative positive 16, positive 16.
Oh.
Okay. So now click the flag again. And then now.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Um, and then another thing would be, it's working, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's great. All right. So let us organize our code a bit more. So let's move the stuff over here where we have the start game, and let's create a new broadcast called an event. We're gonna call it, so we're gonna drag a new one, call it um, clone level blocks, clone level blocks. And then we're gonna put it above the start game, move the start game down a bit.
Wait, what did we do?
Clone level, oh, created a new message called clone level blocks.
Code. Okay.
In here, we're gonna first put set size to 200%. Uh, okay. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the clone blocks X count 16, Y count 13 to that clone level blocks. But then now when we click the flag, everything's gone. So we need to add the broadcast. So we're gonna broadcast clone level blocks
What
and
did you
wait
do?
on the bottom there.
Wait,
Um,
we got rid of that.
so just these two changed. So I added this, and then I added this, but I removed some blocks as well.
Level 4.
And then just to verify everything still works, go ahead and click your flag and then see if it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now we're going to move the code around a bit, but let's go to define the clone blocks, X count, Y count, and then let's move away everything below the camera X and camera Y, and then remove the camera X and then put everything back in. Camera X and camera Y. So what I did was I removed these two blocks from here. But don't delete them. Don't delete them. Just take them out. And then we're going to move these new blocks, or not these new blocks, but these old ones, into the below the clone level blocks. So we set camera X and set camera Y to those two values right there. Okay, now you can do check everything works again. So when you click your flag, you should still have that same structure and then move it around and then you'll see everything basically. So, okay, now what we need to do is we need to actually create the character. So go ahead and go down to the create a new or choose a new sprite, and let's paint. This is going to be the player. So let's move this new sprite to the very beginning. For some reason, I can't do that. Why can't I do that? Whatever. Just have this new sprite and name it player. We're going to zoom in and remember that we always have the 4 dots to draw on. So my player is going to be, of course, like a box, just like the geometry dash, right? So it's going to be
Is
like,
this the 4x4?
yes, in the 4x4. And I'm just going to like copy over this block. I don't want the player to be exactly like this block, but also make sure you change the player sprite size to 200 so it can fit like everything else. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than the what is it? The or actually no, I'll just have the same size. Why not? Why not? Oh, there we go. And then what does the geometry dash thing look like? It has like a little face on it. Okay, I'll draw like a similar little face. I'll just do like that. Or you can make it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Or it doesn't matter at all. It's just as long as it's a cube. That's all that needs to be done.
Let me make the outline white.
Yeah, you can make it white. I'm gonna make it black. I'm gonna make it similar to the other one, to the real one. So then we can do the eyes or what right there. Right there. Just need like a quick character. It has the mouth as well. The giant mouth on the bottom. There we go. Looks kind of similar. And again, it doesn't have to be like the same. It can be completely whatever you want, just as long as it's a box. Actually, it doesn't even need to be a box, but it would work better if it were. So try to keep it that. All right, something like that. Seems pretty good. Uh, oops. Uh, what does it look like? It has like the bluish tint to the eyes and stuff. So I'm gonna make it like that. And then that, or something like that. Something like that. We'll make it like the other color also like that. Okay. Well, guess we can name this costume player 1 as well. Hmm. All right, is everyone ready to move on? Okay. Well, let's go to the code here. What we're going to do for the player code is we're going to first go to blocks. Go back to blocks. Now, inside blocks, we separated all that code. Where did I put did it get deleted or something? Let me try. Where did I put that third code? Yeah, where is it? Why did the block just disappear? What? Let me refresh my page. Oh, there it is. Oh, it just sometimes happens. I guess there's like a bug with Scratch or something. The block just disappeared. Anyways, what we're gonna do here is first, do you see this one flag clicked broadcast start game? Let's hold on to this code and let's drag it to the stage, the backdrop. And then let go once your mouse is on there, and then you can
Wait,
delete.
which one did we do?
Huh?
Which one did we put into the box?
The when flag clicked broadcast start game. Just move it to the box, black backdrop, and then let go, and then it should be in the backdrop now. So now it's in the backdrop, right? You have the one flag clicked, broadcast start game, and then just click the flag just to make sure everything still works. Everything should still work the same way. Okay, now let's go back to blocks. Now we can delete this one flag clicked broadcast start game because we just moved it to the other place, right? Now what we can do is we can move the when I receive start game into our player. So let's move this code into our player. And then go to your player just to make sure it's there.
Wait, how'd you get that there?
Huh? Sorry, what?
Did you copy it from the blocks? Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I copied it, right? So to copy it, you hold onto the block using your mouse, and then you move your mouse towards the player sprite, and then you let go. Once you let go, it copies over. And then it should be copied into the other sprite. That's how you copy scripts into other sprites. So if it's there, just click the flag to make sure everything still works, and just mess around. And then once it's in the player sprite, go back to the block sprite, and you can delete it all now. Delete that code you just moved to the player sprite.
What did you delete?
In the blocks, in the my block, in the blocks sprite,
Yeah.
because I moved it. Right, so
Wait, so you said you deleted something?
well, yeah, because I moved it. So what I just did was I duplicated. So I had this code, right? We just duplicated it into the player sprite. And
Yeah.
then once it's in the player sprite, now we have two copies. We only need it in the player sprite. I just want to move it to the player sprite. So now we can delete this in the block sprite.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is so. What? Okay. Something's going on right now with Scratch. It's like not very responsive. Let me reload my page real quick. Anyways, let's now go to the player sprite. Right in here, let's create a new block. And let's name it move player. I guess we can make it let's see. Do we uh just do it like that. Don't click run without screen refresh. Don't click it. Click OK. So now move move the move player in the forever loop after position blocks. Oh, and sorry, my bad. Don't make it move player. We're not moving the player here. Moving the player camera. So move player camera. So edit it and then rename it move player camera. First thing we're going to do is we're going to limit where the camera can go. So right now, since this is the edge of the wall, we can go off the camera, right? We can go off the edge. We're seeing stuff we're not supposed to be seeing. So, and actually, first of all, let's edit these readouts here. So let's right click and then we can change the slider range. And I want the maximum value to be 1,000 instead of 100. So do that for both camera X and camera Y. Make it 1,000. So
Wait,
now
how do you do that?
by editing the range. So right click and then click change slider range. Once you click that, you should see minimum value and maximum value.
Do I change both of them to 1,000?
Yeah, change the maximum to 1,000 so you can move around a lot. So what you can see here is basically we built this box, right? But on the outside of these box, there's like the repeating box. It repeats like kind of forever. It goes up and down. But we don't want to see that up and down. That's like copies of our current situation. So we don't want to see that. So we're going to limit our camera basically. So we're going to have 4 ifs. Drag out 4 ifs and move it into the move player camera block. In these 4 ifs, we're going to have a less than, and then greater than, greater than. So for the first two, put less than. The second two, put greater than, greater than. We're going to check if the camera is greater than or less than a certain thing. And then we'll basically just reset it back. So what we're going to do is if the camera X, for the first one, we're going to do if the camera X is less than 240, then we're going to set the camera X to 240. So now if you try to move the camera X to the side, you see, even though I'm moving it below 240, it's not changing. So you should be limited. Your camera should not be able to go off this edge over here. So try it out using your slider. The second one, we're going to put camera Y. So if camera Y goes below 180, then we're going to set camera Y to 180. Okay, now we're going to limit the other side, right? If we go to the other side, you see we can still go beyond the border. We don't want that. So bear with me here, but we're going to start with camera X. And we need to calculate that maximum based on how many blocks we have. That maximum, we're going to first drag out a minus, and then we're going to put a multiply in the first slot of that minus. So something times something minus something. We're going to subtract 240. So we're going to put 240 right there in the third slot. And then for these two multiplication slots, we're going to have to, we're going to have to multiply The grid width by 32 because 32 is the size of each block. Then what we're going to do is we're going to set camera X to that same value. So I'm going to duplicate this value and then move it there. So now your thing should be limited by the camera. You can't go beyond that wall. So if you move the camera, look, you should not be able to go beyond that wall. Okay, we're going to do a similar thing for camera Y now. So drag out camera Y for the first slot. So we're going to check if camera Y is greater than the limit. And why don't we duplicate the camera X one to do that? So we're going to duplicate the camera X expression, but we're going to remove grid width. And since it's Y value, it goes up and down, right? So that's going to be grid height instead. And then instead of minusing 240, we're going to minus 180. And then in the if itself, we're going to set camera Y to that same value so we can duplicate it. Once you have that, we should be limited by all sides. Okay. So let's just go ahead and test it out. So when you move the slider camera X and camera Y, look at my screen. It should be like a box. You should be stuck in this box, right? You can't move beyond. In the past, you could move beyond it, but make sure that you're being bordered because of the code, the new code we have here.
I don't think that mine doesn't look like yours.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they're the same.
You feel like they're the same?
They wait.
Oh, wait. Okay, so the important thing we did is we actually put the move player camera in the forever loop. Just make sure you do that, because if you don't do that, then the function actually never calls. And then the rest, just make sure the numbers are all.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
here we go. Okay.
Once you have that, and if you have the code working, then our camera should be limited. So we should be
Well, then it is limited now.
make sure it's limited on both camera Y and camera X on up and down. So just make sure it's 4 sides. This is testing where it's important testing. We do need this to work in order to move on. Okay. Does anyone have any problems with this?
No.
Okay, looks like no one has any problems. So let's move to the level generator for now. And then let's add a bit of more variety. So actually, let's go into blocks and let's design a new block. So make a new block, the fifth block. So what I did was I duplicated the third block that we have and I moved it to the fifth position. The position really does matter on this one. So make sure you move it to the fifth position, a new position instead of the fourth. Okay, so I guess I'll just name this, I guess grid block or something. I don't know. It's just create a new block. Make sure it's still blocky, but you can make it whatever you want. However you want it. I'm gonna just make it like a smaller version of what it is right now. And then I'm gonna duplicate it for all kind of 16 portions of it or something like that. Or actually, no, I'll just I guess draw another circle or another shape in it,
How'd you? Okay, never mind.
and then I'll do another one. Just make this pattern, just make it pretty simple.
How do you duplicate it?
You click copy and paste up here, or you can do Control C and Control V. Okay. So now I have this new kind of grid block. Or not grid block. I'll just say like uh fractal or something. No, loop block or whatever. Or you know what? I'll just name it block 2. I think that's simple. Simplest for now. Block 2. But it doesn't matter. The name doesn't matter. And how it looks does not matter that much as well.
How many do we have to make?
Just one. Just one new block. So we can add a little bit more variety. So once you're done with this, let's go to the code again. Let's go to the player. No, wait. Level generator code. Right here, this is how we create the level. So what adding 3 does, it adds like a bottom block, and then adding the 2 adds the air block. But we want it so that sometimes maybe it adds something else. So let's do an if else in this place, and then let's move the add 2 to block grid in the else. And then we're gonna do in the if or in the parameter we're gonna check if pick random 1 to 10 is 1. So that means the chance of that is 1 in 10, right? So every 1 in 10 blocks is gonna be a different block. And then in that if we're gonna add block 5, which is the new block we created. So if I click the flag now, look, the grid is full of our new random or new block, and it's scattered randomly. So that's pretty nice. Every time we click the flag again, it should create a new randomly generated kind of world where we have it right now. And also, by the way, everyone, I did change the grid height to 20, just so we can more easily like kind of track items, because 20 is a multiple of 10, so it's easier than 13. But in the future, we can easily change it. Like we can change this to any size. If I want to make this grid tinier, we can change this value to 5 and then 5. And then if I have that, our grid is tiny, look. But 5 by 5 wouldn't work that well. If we did 16 by 13, then our grid would be literally just like this tiny box and we're confined in it. If we want to make it very large, we can make it like 500 by 500. And then our entire grid is so big we can't even reach the top. So this is what's amazing about this is we can easily change it just by changing these two numbers. But for now, I'm going to make it 30 by 20. I think that's the best one we can have right now. 30 by 20.
Oh, mine's not. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Kind of is.
So now we have all of this. And by the way, does everyone have like time to stay for like 10 minutes more since we started a bit late today?
I can go ask my mom real quick.
Or actually, no, it's all right. We can end it just right now. Um, because we're now done with the entire kind of camera system. And next time we'll add in how the player can move. So right now you can see that the player won't move, but yeah, next time we'll add in the player moving, so we can actually interact with the world next time, hopefully. Right now we have the entire world kind of like set up, so we can kind of build upon this world. And we can make it larger, right? If we want to make it a Geometry Dash kind of style world, then we would have to reduce the grid height to like 13. So it's not very tall. You see, that's the grid height, or maybe even 12. Let's see if 12 works. Yeah, 12 would work. And then we would make the grid width like 100. So then if we do that, then we have a long level where we can actually do the whole entire Geometry Dash thing. That would be pretty nice. All right. Okay, good job, everyone. I'll see y'all next week.
Can you help me with my project thing? It says project could not save again.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
So you
Go ahead and just
download,
like
right?
share your screen.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, what we're gonna do is like the same thing. Every single time this happens, we're gonna do download. Click the download button. Yep. And then what you're gonna do is make sure you have it saved, right? Yeah, you have it saved there. Okay, just keep it there. Don't delete it. And then what we're gonna do is refresh the page. Refresh your current like untitled on Scratch page. Uh, yep. And then nice. And then now it's going to be an older version, which is going to be bad, but we're going to click the file button.
Oh, where? Oh, here.
No, on the left side, or whoops. Yeah, do you see that file with like an arrow? Yeah. And then you load from your computer, and then you're going to load in the project that you just saved. So
Wait, this.
SB5, that one. Yeah. And open, click open. Yep. Wonderful. And then say, okay. Okay, great. And just like name it something else other than Untitled. So next time you can change the name up there, by the way.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah,
thank
okay,
you.
wonderful. Of course. All right, bye everyone.